So what's the number one thing right now on the top of your list that you need help with? That you think, and be honest. You can say, say anything. Be honest on what you need the most help with.
Yes, yes. And what state? You tell you say what state I
Yeah, where can I help you? What
okay,
can I do for you?
okay. Only I need a job. I need a job.
Job. Need a
Yeah.
job.
Yes.
Priority. Need a job. Okay.
Me and my son.
Okay.
We need
We
a
can
job.
help.
We need a job.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's where we'll start. We'll try to find you to a job.
Yes.
Okay. So I am more than happy to get my team together. They better be watching so they know I'm going to be in touch with them. And together with multiple eyes looking and researching who's hiring, then we can put together a list, okay, and help you go ask for a job.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's going to be our number one priority. Number two. Number two.
Okay.
Is just be a friend. So you would call us, if you need anything, we're friends.
Okay.
And when friends need help or just need to talk about their problems, we'll listen.
Okay.
That's not so that's number two. And so that's where we will start. Okay, and so we'll have a good time, and then we'll have to find out what his strengths are and finding him. Now, do you drive?
Yes.
Okay.
I drive.
Hopefully he doesn't.
Yes.
He doesn't know I'm giving him a hard time. So you drive?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So that way, that helps for when you get a job, knowing that you can be able to, get there easily.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He say if you don't speak Spanish. If you speak Spanish,
he'll communicate. I don't know Spanish. Wait, what?
Okay.
I should. Uno, dos. It's numbers. I learned that from Barney, a little kid show. Okay. So I have to go on YouTube. And try to learn Spanish for this one.
Okay. Di balik sa YouTube Español
I have a better idea.
Okay.
Okay. So I should invite you to a really cool place that you're going to love. It's called The Bridge. Okay. And it's on Sundays for 1 hour. So sometime I want to take the two of you, and you'll meet amazing people from different cultures.
Yes.
It's immigrants from around.
Yes.
And we get together on Sunday at the bridge, and afterwards, he'll like this.
Okay.
We have food a lot of times. So we guys know the young ones like food.
Okay.
But you're going to meet people that can help you. Okay. Guaranteed. You're going to find people to stand up with you.
Okay, thank you.
And help you.
Okay,
that's my promise.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, I'll be leaving town for a while, but when I get back, we're going to get together and go there on a Sunday, and I'll pick you guys up. So we'll get all those details through our friend Des there. He'll hook us up, and I'll know where to pick you up. So we'll do that, and we'll start this. And I encourage everyone just to, out there is do your best in trying to meet a new family that's come here. I want to kind of call it a sponsorship, kind of like what I did with having foreign exchange students come live with me. They were my responsibility for a year. They become my friends, part of my family. I call them my sons and daughters. And we can do the same with just immigrants, new people coming in to our community.
Okay.
It's kind of like a sponsorship. Like, okay, I'm going to look because for you, you guys are my guys, that, I will kind of be like the main person that you can communicate with.
Yes.
If we meet more Haitian families, some of my other people in the group, they can say, okay, I'm going to kind of be their main person of who communicates back and forth. And we have a group about 12 of us, and hopefully after this interview, we can get more people to join the group and to just become a friend to at least one family. It's not, sometimes we do have very busy lives and we have a lot to do, but if we're just there to communicate, listen, be available for just one person or one family, that can make it a difference.
Yes.
It can be just a simple thing as just listening or asking, what do you need this week? And if we're able to help, we're honest and say, we can do it. If we can't, maybe we can help find someone else. And then we can even grow Logansport to even be a better community with more love and less hate or, not really hate, fear, less fear. I would say would be the word. And it was so nice meeting you two. He's a typical kid. And do you have any questions for me?
No, my question. I don't have a question for you because I speak very low. Uh, next month, when I have time to see you,
Yes.
I speak with you. I ask you some money question.
Okay. I got it. That's a deal.
Thank you.
I'll let you forget. Well, thank you so much for Des for allowing this opportunity. It's something that we've been trying to do, or I've been trying to do for like the last month, and so I'm very happy to find him and be able to have that introduction. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Desi.
Sometime, yeah.
Yep, I'm terrible with names, so that's my nickname for you.
Oh, Des.
It's
the
Des.
Yeah, it sounds good. I like that.
Yeah.
So, do you want to tell people your names?
Sure. My name's Cami Sciotta, and I came to Logansport in 1996. My husband's a veterinarian here in town, and we came here because there was a practice, for sale, and it came with a clientele, and there was a desperate need for veterinarians. So that's what brought us to Logansport, and I am from Ohio. And so we were very happy to move here. But to be honest, when we first came to Logansport, I was not really happy with the town itself. Like downtown was kind of trashy, it just wasn't real clean. A lot of empty buildings, and to where they expanded east and west, but just left the buildings, and they were kind of falling apart and empty. And I was just frustrated. It's like, why can't we fix those buildings up? And so I was a little disappointed in that when coming here, but the people was really nice. And also I really wanted my children to attend a school with a lot of diversity, and especially with Black students. That was important to me. And when we came here, there was none, just a couple of families, which, we ended up being really good friends with, but there was just a couple. And then to watch it blossom, with the diversity was just an amazing experience for my children.
Wow, that's amazing. So 1997. That's about how many years? How many years are we
Oh my goodness, you're going to give me a math. What is it?
It's about
28, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there.
And it was a few years after that we moved here. Tyson, I kind of went with the flow of people, which I shouldn't, but the community was kind of angry that the Hispanics were coming in. And there is this, I would call it now a rumor, that Tyson would have a sign in Mexico saying, there's work in Logansport, Indiana, just come. And then they're coming by the busloads, the same cycle. And at first I believed that. And I've learned over time that there's so many people that exaggerate and make up stories that you need to find the facts yourself. That's very, very important. And, so Tyson we did have a lot of Hispanics that moved into town. And at first there was resistance, but they really changed the community. Downtown really blossomed because they took those empty buildings and they fixed them up and just really changed our economy. So we were very, very blessed to have that.
That is true, and that's how actually the community grows. The community grows by people with people. And of course, if there is crime going on, that's the job of the police to make sure it's protecting its people. And like you said, sometimes people agree with false allegations because it's maybe I can call it ignorance. They don't know. They're having trouble.
Right.
They don't know what it takes for somebody maybe to enter into another country or a foreign country, because you have to go through processes.
Right.
You have to go through stages like how you come in, how you acquire the working permit. So I believe people who don't know that are the people, whatever they hear, they exaggerate. And like I said, the lies move very quickly.
Yes.
So again, about your experience, like you said, shows that you've been here for quite good years, and so you're an animal lover, like you love animals.
Yes, I'm like I say, I've worked in a veterinarian hospital since I was 18. And now I'm old, so that means a long time. And I have turned my passion to wildlife. So I wildlife rehab, and which has been a fun experience. Like I told you,
Yeah.
I had exchange students because I think everyone's equal and we need to learn. We're all the same, but we have different cultures and we need to learn their cultures, just like I love sharing our culture. And so that was important for my children to learn. So we had, oh my gosh, I think 8 exchange students from all over the world come live with me for a year. And then I also attend the Bridge Church. And the Bridge Church is also an immigrant connection that provides, I don't know if you know this, that provides low-cost legal services for immigrants. And they're there for them. And I love, I'm not a church person, but I love going to the Bridge because of just the different cultures and meeting different people and becoming part of their life and blending that and being just a large family, getting to share so many different things about each other. It's a blessing. So that is my goal, is like to take you and to meet people and just become one big family in a place that we can at least meet. And we eat together a lot, so to experience the different foods is just an amazing experience. So that's a goal of mine, is just to meet as many people and to invite them into my home and just become part of each other's lives and learn a lot.
And learn a lot from each other. That's a nice thing. And is the Bridge Church the one by the what street? Is
Linden. It's on Linden Avenue, like on your way to, I'm terrible with road names too, on your way to the hospital. There's a side road called Linden Avenue, and it's right there, a brick building,
yeah, I know.
right by the river and the bridge.
I know that church. Oh, that's the Bridge Church.
Yes.
I've heard about it actually. Like somebody thought, because I was trying to talk about the Haitian people to be respected, someone thought maybe I'm connected to the Bridge Church. I'm like, oh no, I'm just doing it personally. It's passion for human rights.
Yes.
Every human to be treated like equally, no matter where they come from. Like I said, these Haitian people come from their country, not by choice. There's a lot that is going on. There's war. There is people are losing parents. People are losing kids.
Yes.
So they come with a lot of pain on heart. Somebody has lost a kid. They came with a few of them back here. Their heart maybe is still in Haiti, but they have to survive no matter
Right.
what. So I just feel like since they're already in a country, uh, they should be treated as human.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, 100%. But of course, you cannot force everyone to love everyone. People
Right.
have their different kind of thinking, their different minds, and which is not good. But this is how the world works. So again, you've talked about your experience with people, and you talked about your veteran.
Excuse me?
Like you have a hospital for.
Yes, veterinarian.
Is it like concerning like only wildlife or even domestic animals?
Domestic, yes. Cats and dogs are our main. There at the animal hospital, we do large farm animals, the horses and cows and pigs. So we do everything. Not too much exotic. I drive my husband crazy enough with just my wildlife animals that I rescued that get injured, from raccoons and possums, deer, squirrels, you name it. I like to bring it, and that's what's fun too, is inviting people over, or people from another country that maybe hasn't even seen these animals before, and that's just even nice to invite them over and let them share that new experience. And I did want to say thank you to you, because you're an inspiration for what you're doing, and I think it's important to bring people together and just I think you bring people at ease too. When they meet you, it's like maybe they can think differently, that we're all the same, and we can learn, because what I'm inspired by immigrants that come here, and I think we all can learn from each other, and what I learn from them is the strength.
That is true. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, and we complain about our troubles that are so small compared to their troubles, and how we handle our troubles and how they handle theirs. We really can learn from
each other.
And for me, I can learn that strength. Like, how do you do it? How can you have that positive attitude and to be able to go through with what you do and still be happy?
Like it's patience. The patience.
Oh my goodness, which I have none.
Like most people don't have patience.
No, I do not.
When they hear like somebody say, "Oh, these people do this, these people do this," even if they have no proof, because of little patience, they'd be like, "Yeah, that's true." Without proof, which has caused more harm than good. But however, like you said, it takes a lot to have that patience, to understand, being understanding, like, maturity. Sometimes we say maturity is not age.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, maturity comes with understanding, it comes with patience, comes with knowing and having empathy. Like,
oh my goodness, yes.
Like, let me assume I was in the shoes of that person and I was treated that way. Would I have loved it? No. Then why do you treat somebody the way you wouldn't want to be treated?
Right. And I am overly passionate. I'm one who always has a positive attitude, and maybe I would say used to be extremely nice, but now I do have hatred within me, and that hatred is for two things. Is one, if you don't have empathy and compassion, you're on my shit list. See, I'm going to say it backward.
That's fine.
That's fine, because that's so important to me, to have that empathy and compassion. If you don't have it, then to me, you're just not a human. I mean, I just don't understand it, and it upsets me with racism. Those two things I'm going to fight for. This is something I'm very, very passionate about. And I know this is kind of a weird subject or topic, but the reason why I became intrigued with Black people
Mm-hmm.
is when I was traumatized as a child because I watched Roots at a young age. You're too young. Have you ever heard of the TV series, the special series Roots on slavery?
No.
You have to watch it. I think every school should show it. Not as young as I was when I watched it. I think it came out in 1977, and I was like 8 or 9 years old.
Oh.
Do not do the math to figure out my age.
I'm not gonna do the math.
Okay. But I was traumatized by that for what we did, and I say we, that's part of my history, and I think it should be shown in schools like in 8th grade. But that's the reason why I became so passionate of wanting to know more, because of the struggles and what we did. And so that's important to me, and that's why I just feel like I have to show that I don't know how to explain it. Yes.
Yeah, but again, like you say, it's not because you wasn't there, you didn't involve yourself, but it's the ancestors that did something like
and
that.
It still bothers me,
Yeah,
and I think it's because I watched that when I was younger and I was traumatized. But it bothers me to no end, and that's why I'm just overly passionate about treating people equal and that we're all the same, So that's, I think, where it started and where I was inspired,
Yeah, because I'm a historian, like I studied history, so I studied history, so that's how I came to learn most of the stuff like slavery and everything. So I actually studied history of the world, like most time European history.
Okay.
Like the revolutions, how slave trade happened, out there actually like people study history about America, about different countries, That's how I started learning history when I'm like maybe 15, and I was among the best students in my school back then, like in history.
Yeah.
I was actually the best in the whole school because I got to a point where I just had like history in my head, time, what happened,
Right.
I think that gave me time to learn the ways of people.
Right.
And like I told you, I have a lot of white friends. I have more white friends than black people.
Okay.
Yeah, so I learned that it's not like what you hear or what other people say, but you have to experience something for your own self to make your own decision.
Right.
So the people I've been around with are really good people, and some may be harsh, but it's just probably a character, or sometimes people have issues,
Well, I think the white folks are scared of any kind of change. They're, change within their town. There are certain generations of people where they're just set in stone, don't like any change in life, any difference. So I think
you're right.
It's a big problem, and then they just don't use common sense, like you brought up crime. Well, when you have population grow, you're going to have crime grow. It's not just because a certain race came here that crime's going to grow. No, it's because there's more people, so more things are going to happen. It's called common sense, and a lot of people lack it. But like here in Logansport, we're blessed. I don't feel like when people say there's crime, they have no clue what real, true crime is. So we're blessed. Our police here do a fine job. I just don't see where there's any big issues here. I feel very safe, and it's a town that I'm proud of, because of that. So
yeah, that is true. Again, like I said, they look more to the negative side than the positive
of course
side. But sometimes you have to balance and be like, what is the positivity? To what extent is the positivity of having many people than the negativity? Then you put them on a weighing scale and see, are the negative gonna weigh out the positive, or are the positive gonna weigh out the negative? But in my way of understanding, I believe like the growth of population is more good, than the bad, because people are gonna get business.
Yes.
Uh,
The economy blossoms.
Economy grows.
Mhm.
The town is gonna get more tax.
Yeah.
Development comes that way.
Yes.
Infrastructure development comes with the growth of people, more people.
Mhm.
But if then you say, oh, you don't want people in, no, like that's why I said, like we say, common sense is not common. So, but use your common sense and
Yes.
think, hey,
Mhm.
you're here today, but you don't know how you got here. This is not your land. Yes,
Right.
people took territories and said, now, you know what, we are Americans, and the other said we are Mexicans. This is our border. We cross here. You people don't have to come in our territories. That's how
Right.
things happen. But when you come and you want to be God, you want to decide who is to be here, who is not supposed to be here, who deserves to be happy, who doesn't deserve to be happy. You're doing God's work, and
Mhm.
no one sits in God's chair. It's lack of understanding, lack of having faith in
Mhm.
people. Like you're trying. These are the same people. Sometimes I do wonder, like these are the same people that sit down and pray to God for better. They ask God to give them, protect their families. They ask God to give them better opportunities in life. But they're the same people that wake up in the morning to block others people's blessings, to block other people's
Right.
opportunities, to block other people's daughters and sons to succeed in life. So you're praying God to give you success in life, but you're the same person are promoting hate. You're the same person that is trying to put everyone down,
Mhm.
but then you're praying to God to bless you. No, God, I believe God does not work like that.
Right.
No, they say God is just and fair.
Right.
But how do you want to be blessed when you don't want to bless?
Right.
So
We think so much alike. And I make a harsh statement that people think, and sometimes people, if you follow me, which, thing, I'm a
yeah,
blunt.
I've seen
Yes,
it too,
you're like, oh no, I'm a blunt person. I'll even say, like, and in all honesty, I'm not proud to be white. I really am not, just because of the fact of our history, what we did to the Indians. That bothers me. And it's funny, we take their land instead of working together. Oh my God, we could have learned so much. And then here we are, it's like the opposite. We have people coming here, and they're so afraid that they're going to take and it's just disappointing, and I'm not proud of that. We're very people anymore nowadays are very judgmental, and and we shouldn't be, because if God, everyone has their own whoever their God is, you know, they should act on how their God wants them to act, and that would be to not be judgmental and treat everyone equal. And if you don't do that, then you don't have a God. You're not making your God proud. So.
that is true.
Yeah.
Like you said, if you don't do that, then you don't have a God, and I agree that so very much. So, how has been your experience, like since the Haitian people came in Longansport? Like, do you have any personal experience with them individually?
We were a funny story. I'm crazy. Now the crazy side of me is going to come out. So I do have a couple stories. I did meet a Haitian family 6 years ago at the bridge. Adore the family. And of course, I give nicknames. So the one little boy was, at the time, this was like 6, 8 years ago, I've lost track. His name is, I nicknamed him Juby. And then COVID came, so we kind of lost in touch, during that time. But now he's off to college, and I love kids. Oh, sorry, and high school kids that age, college kids. That's who I relate the best with. So I just check in on him and make sure he's okay, and he's so appreciative of that, and said he was okay mainly because of me, just because I checked in and gave a little bit of advice when he was down. So I think that's important, is having those relationships and doing something as so small as just checking in. But as with the Haitians coming, there's thousands that were supposed to arrive. And so I'm trying to find them, So my husband, he just rolls his eyes on some of the things I make him do. I'm going, let's go to Walmart because they say there's so many at Walmart. Have you heard the story?
Uh-huh.
And so I go to Walmart and I'm on one end of the store and I'm like trying to find anyone that looks Haitian. and so we weren't seeing very many. So we go over to the grocery side and my husband's like, there's one in the other aisle. If there was a camera on us, like people, security camera, like, what are these two doing? So my thing is that when I see someone that's different than me, it's very important that I make eye contact and I smile. If I know that they're new to this country, new to the area, that's what I try to do. Now, I don't know if it's because of what's been going on, but I don't know if this is true. I find that they won't make eye contact. It's looking at the ground. I really try hard, trying to be in their face. I'm like, okay, just look at me so I can smile and let you know that I'm a friendly person and I want to meet you. I want to help, And so there was a couple trying to figure out the peanut butter and they had their phone and they're trying to scan and trying to learn about it. And I'm just hovering beside them. It didn't work. They just wouldn't make eye contact. So that was my one story I failed. And so then I go back another time and there was 3 black guys checking out. And I don't know, I'm sorry, I can't, didn't know. And they were having trouble and they couldn't speak English, but I didn't know what language they speak. So I go up behind them. I leave my cart somewhere else and I go up and they're like, who is this strange person? And I'm hovering again, And I go to the lady, if they need help, I'm going to pay their bill, whatever, just, let me pay. And she goes, do you speak Spanish? And I go, no, but I think they're Haitian. And the guy looked at me, and he spoke Spanish. Not, what is it, Haitian speak? Is it Creole? How do you say it?
Creole.
Yeah. And she goes,
French.
Yeah, she goes, do you know?
French.
Kind of back. Yeah, she goes, do you know that? I go, no. She gets her phone out. And he was trying to pay his bill with his Sam's, another card. It wasn't a credit card, it was like, and he still didn't know what I was trying to do. I made him nervous. I was trying to pay the bill. He had no idea, so there was no communication, but it was Spanish anyways. I don't speak Spanish, but I think I made him nervous. He was probably like, what is this chick doing hovering over me? Like, I'm like trying to give him my card. No, I want to pay. Didn't work out. So I failed twice, But what I want to do is we have started a group here in town called Diversity Bridge Builders of Logansport. And we want to help, especially with the Haitians, just because of all the negativity, to let them know, hey, there's a group of people that want to be here for you. If you have any questions, you have problems, you need some furniture, you need something to make your living situation better, we want to be there for you. But our problem is finding and communicating with the Haitians. That's kind of how I came across, you.
Yeah.
Who can make introductions, because I look like a crazy person out there. So that is something that we're, trying to do. But I think everyone in town needs to try to do something, even if it's something small. Like I say, just a friendly smile, say hi, make eye contact. You can do something as small as that. Follow Des, and learn from what he's doing and introducing. So that's important. And then do research for yourself. Know the facts. Do not repeat something unless you research it yourself and you know the truth. I wanted to do something, and what I'm passionate about are the students. Coming to the school in a new place and hearing the hate really bothered me and it upsets me. So it's like, what can I do? And so I did research and found a certified medical interpreter from Riley's Hospital in Indy. just a cute, young, I think he's in his 20s, could really relate with the students. So I made that introduction for him to come here and speak with the students and have someone that they can communicate with and maybe open up to how they're feeling. So I made that introduction to the superintendent, Michelle Starkey. So that's all I've done, but at least I'm trying to do something, and everyone needs to try to do something, starting with do not spread the lies. That's the number one thing. And when you hear a lie, you stand up for these people and you shut it down with facts. And that's what we all need to do.
That is true. I'm so happy and I'm very happy, honored with your motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can say, like me following your posts and seeing what you post, you're so much of a positive person and a straight person, of course. You know, you speak the facts, and that's something that I've loved about you, and the love you have for human rights is such an amazing thing, and I'm very happy that you're also following this path, you know,
Yes.
of creating change, of creating, promoting love, promoting unity, you know. And of course, I will actually lay sometime, probably we'll figure out a day, I'll take you to the Haitian store
Yes.
and you meet them like in a big number, you
Uh-huh.
know.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, you just see their ways, you know. I can introduce you to a few of them. They're good people, actually. Like when they get to know you, you know, they are very, very good people. And like communication is a difficult thing that sometimes others don't speak English, but they're willing to learn, you know. So they don't know what they're gonna say, you know. So they're like, they're actually scared to do wrong because they don't know what to say. They don't speak the language, you know. That's why sometimes it's a culture that they don't do eye contact because they're afraid to be misinterpreted.
Okay.
You know, they're like, oh, what if I make eye contact? Then they're gonna think maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're gonna think otherwise.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, so they don't know the culture. So yeah, that's why they don't they avoid some stuff.
Right. And I learned that from my exchange student. I had one, oh, that's all right, my dear. I had one exchange student from Switzerland. I had to think which one, from Switzerland. And the way he communicated, you know, I understand coming from a different culture. They may say something like, he made a comment like, why do you guys drive so much? You know, it was just a question, but it was kind of like the tone and maybe how he said it offended. He went from like one home to another just because of his questions. They saw those questions, or they, through their mind, they were kind of like not rude, but like questioning, like, well, why do you do it that way? And instead of learning from him and communicating, and so finally he ended up at my home, and so blessed to have another son from another country. And all he was just like, well, they ride their bikes in their country everywhere. They take a train everywhere. The vehicles are minimal, you know, it's not as important as it is to us. And he was just having a conversation question, but the way he phrased it, he was looked down upon from like two different families, or like from another family or something. Like they packed his bags and put him on the street, and a young kid, and like, you need to find a new home. And I'm like, how can you treat someone that way just from a little comment, you know? So I learned a lot through them, you know, that you can use those examples for everyone that is different from different cultures. So
yeah, and like you said, I'm very like it's so amazing that you take time to learn the cultures, and people don't understand. Like if you have a different culture, like if you have a different somebody different from you, like you don't come where they come from. It's very important that you pay attention to details. You know, pay attention to details. Try to understand. Maybe they're not rude. Maybe they're trying to know.
yeah,
You know, maybe they're trying to see, hey, what do you mean? But don't judge them the way you judge somebody you know that they know this.
Yeah.
You know, like,
and what does that bring you? Like if someone's judging someone and they're thinking bad about it, how does that make, I'll keep doing it. How does that make you feel like yourself? It doesn't bring you any But if you learn their culture, number one, you're learning new things, which is a great new experience. And you feel good about it. So why not do something that makes you feel good and make you grow, than do something to make you, I guess maybe you feel empowered because you're bullying someone. But what joy does it bring you in the long run other than make you look like an idiot? And, so that's kind of how I look at it. It's a learning experience. It brings me growth. It brings me new things that I'm learning. So I'm growing, and it's making me a better person. So if I want to be selfish, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this for me to make myself a better person. But that's not how I think, but you could. So, yeah.
Yeah, in Europe, actually, what I know about Europe, they only use vehicles when it's time to, maybe they're going long distance. But most time people walk, people ride their bicycles. That's the actual life. That's what they're used to. Yeah, but of course, when you come to America, it's I think weather and the change of stuff require you to have a vehicle in order to travel from one place to another, because like jobs are far away.
Right.
There's no other means of transport like trains, like people purchase cars of trains in Europe where they pay just little payments to travel every day to work, but we don't have it
it's
here.
Different. Yeah. And it does go both ways. Like, someone coming here to America from another country needs to learn our ways, just like we learn from their ways. And then you can utilize both and make it the situation even better. Like, riding your bike more. I've learned sometimes, like taking the easy way out and do things like, no, I can walk to this. I don't need to hop in my car to go down the lane to get the mail, or, or go down, I can walk, so you should learn like say, you should go both ways. When someone comes here, they have to learn our culture and implement that, but also you can't expect someone to leave. And this is what upsets me. They're coming here and you're expecting that person to give up parts of their culture. Like you want them, well, they're here in America, they need to speak like us and do like us. No, you need to, that's you. That's who makes who you are. And you should not go away from that. You bring that here. Yes, you're learning this culture and you're implementing that, but you never give up on who you truly are. And I think we ask too much in that regard. So
no, and I also agree with you on some instances, like when it comes advocating for different cultures, like to learn the language here. I would love that to happen so much, because it makes communication more easier.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Even other jobs are not hiring, like they're not hiring Haitians because they don't have interpreters. It's gonna be hard.
Right.
Some companies have like tough machines that would cause damage to someone's body, but they don't know how to explain to them, like, hey, this is how you have to protect yourself. This, because they will not understand, and it will cost more to use a Google Translator to explain someone on a job, especially when it comes on training.
Right.
Which is why sometimes I agree, should they learn the language for easy communication? Yeah, but that also requires time. You have to give them ample time.
And it's a hard language to learn, so we need to do better. If we're inviting the Haitians here, that's where I think we went wrong. We need to be more prepared. We need to have the interpreters. We need to be, to make that transition run smoother. So we can do better. So, like I say, if we can do little things, I've reached out, or people in my group have reached out to the Haitian Association of Indiana, but we haven't heard back from them. We're like, we need help. What's your suggestions? What can we do to make things easier for both sides? And we haven't got that response.
Oh, I didn't know there's a Haitian association. Where is it located at?
I think it's located, I'm not for sure, because it was Bonnie, I think, one of our group members who had reached out, but probably Indianapolis, I would assume, or around Indianapolis.
So you want
So I
any?
need to, yeah, we need to find out what we can do to help both sides and help our community. And like you say, I think a lot of it's the language and how, like you're doing your part, you're going to introduce me. And I think when if people just keep introducing one to another and then building your circle of friends, that's one way of doing it. But we do need to help, whether if we get more classes for them to learn English, it's something we do need to do more. So we need to research and find out how we can help.
That's amazing. That's so amazing. If we all do that, it's gonna do a lot and change a lot. Again, I'm mixing questions here and there. So, where is your hospital located? Is it at home hospital or
Our hospital, I do my rehab wildlife at my house,
at your house?
but our animal hospital is just here on 3rd Street, the main road going out of town.
I know that.
And it goes back a long lane, and it's by
Gaffia, Gaffia Garage. They say Gaffia Garage.
Oh yes, and keep on going
Past
down.
that.
Yes, past that on the right hand side, right before the Hoosier Heartland, before the bridge.
I know that.
There's a
Yes.
flower place right beside us. Just back along lane. You have to come out. I'll show you
I'll
around.
come and check it
Yeah,
sometime. Yeah,
I'll
and I
do.
also would love to check the work you do with the wildlife, so we can share
I'll have
it
you
with
over for
people.
dinner.
Oh,
You don't have to put up with all my animals.
that would be
You may
nice.
not
Yeah.
like that.
You have a lot of different animals.
Yes.
Wild animals.
I have 3 dogs and a couple cats, chinchillas from South America.
I don't know them.
Yeah, but I have raccoons. And then on our property, we have deer, and I have some that I've raised that are
Oh,
friendly. I have a group of turkeys that live by my pond. So we have a lot of wildlife on my
Wildlife.
property. So it can be a
You don't have fish.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, and the pond. Well, I used to have an aquarium of fish, but even though my husband's a veterinarian, he killed my fish when I left on a trip. And he didn't turn the air on upstairs and it got too warm. So yeah, that's a story. But no, we have a pond. So, people can fish in the ponds. We have some, so yeah, it's just a little, like going camping when you come to my place.
That's amazing.
It's in the
Like,
woods,
yeah.
the farm. Yeah, so I'll have you over.
Oh, your house is like located
In the
woods?
country, yes. You have to drive through a lot of woods, and then on the back side of the woods is my home, and it's surrounded by wildlife and farmland.
Oh,
So I
that's,
don't really you don't
that's
see homes.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like that's a good place. Like
Mhm.
like you said, you're not a people person so much, so
Right.
it's a good place for you to just relax
That's-
and cool your minds.
Yeah. Yep.
Everybody needs something like that, just to sit somewhere and just cool down your
Yeah.
minds, just be
Yeah.
happy. It helps than putting
Yeah.
it onto other people, innocent people.
Yeah. And my home's all windows. So I get depressed in the winter. I have to have sun. I love nature, trees, sun. And so the home is all windows. So I get sunshine in all the time, just full sun when the sun's out, it just brightens the whole, because they're from ceiling to floor windows. So it just brings in so much sunshine, and it just helps with your mental health, it just being part of that. So yes, I'll have you out to experience.
I'll be so honored to watch all that experience. The way you've talked about it, it seems to be so amazing.
Yeah.
So like you get affected with winter, like when you say you have a glass house, like glasses all over your house. Does winter affect you? The cold?
The only time I exercise is in the winter when I run from my car to where I need to go, because I hate the cold. I do not like it at all. So, but now I do not battle depression like I used to. When I lived in a darker house, didn't have the sunshine coming in. I really feed off of that. So, yeah. So,
depression. Do you have any specific thing that caused your depression? Like,
just mainly just I can get anxiety. Anxiety is probably something that I don't know if it's depression. I just need to be outdoors. I need to be among nature. I need sun. So when it's the winter time, you're stuck inside. Indiana, naturally in the wintertime, as you know, is the sun's hardly out. It's very gloomy. So it just makes you kind of feel bad and feel blah. So yeah, I'm not that. We've had a lot of, like I've mentioned or talked to you before, we've had a lot of suicide. There's a lot of suicide here in Logansport with kids. So I've had, I think it's up to 12 suicides of, within my family, friends of the family, and mainly kids here that were friends with my children.
Yeah.
And so, that's why I was passionate about helping with the movie on suicide that we did, Marcus, on depression and suicide. So we did that, which is actually we did that in 2019, was on limited theater run and on TV 2020, but it's actually still being picked up, so you can see it now on Pluto TV. You can see
It's called,
that film.
I think
it's called Marcus. Yeah,
I'm gonna check it out. It's about suicide and
it's depression and suicide and overcoming that. And you can, with help of friends, and it's a true based on a true story. Both the main actor and the writer and director battled suicide and some of the things that they had been through. So it's very, we did, so I do recommend it. So
yeah, I'm gonna watch it, and you can tell people to look it up.
It's on, you can rent it on Amazon, Apple TV. It's on a couple of networks, but Pluto TV is it's free. I'll have some ads, but you can just look up Marcus Mental Health by J.R. Pulai. On Pluto, which you can watch online or download the free app on your streaming site on TV. And it's called Pluto, and the film's Marcus.
And I actually think that's something we need, like in our community, like when we have different kinds of people that have battled suicide thinking and everything and overcome it. We need to get more people like that to come, talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
It could help someone out there,
Oh, yes, yes.
So I'll be, if you know somebody that is going through that who has overcome that, I would love to meet with them and we have a conversation.
Right.
And maybe put it out there still for people to learn, like, finding out the causes,
right.
Like what, you can't fix a problem most times if you don't know the root cause.
Mm-hmm.
But the best way to fix a problem, you gotta find out the cause first in order to find a better solution.
Right.
So it's so important we find out, like, why are there many suicides? What's causing this?
It's so sad. Yeah.
So once we realize the cause, then it gives us an opportunity to find a solution or to condemn it or talk about it, preach against it through the root cause.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not an amazing thing because it leaves many families heartbroken.
Yeah.
There's a lady I follow on Facebook. I think she lost a son, but she posts a lot. Like, I can feel her pain. She's very sad. She's very, I feel her pain, and I tried to get a hold of her, but she didn't respond back because I wanted her to come and say something about that to help other families.
Mm-hmm.
Or, but whenever I see posts like that, it's been years since she lost her son. I think it causes a trauma, and these kids must understand. It's not only kids, even adults do that. They must understand the burden they put on their families, because you're not doing it to yourself only, but you're gonna cause a lot of pain to your parents, to your brothers. You're traumatizing them.
Yeah.
Which could
and they feel guilt, like, why didn't I pick up on it, or why didn't I do more? They go through, the family goes through so much guilt, and I think it's important bringing other people that's been through those problems together, that they have a community that they can share those same feelings that no one else is really. They could say they understand it, but they really don't. So bringing people together. The other thing is just being a person who can listen. Sometimes you don't say much; they just need to talk, and you just listen. But that's another thing that I love about you
Thank you.
is that you, even if it's on Facebook or you said something, you feel other people's pain, you know, and that's a burden for yourself too because you feel it,
That
you
is true.
know, and you take on that pain. I'm the same way. I'm a silly one. I'll cry over a sad commercial, you know, something that's not even real. I can feel pain, but I feel that for animals too. I feel their pain, what they're going. If I hear something that something terrible happened, or the animals that come in that are injured, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what kind of fear did they have? What did they feel? You know, and then I feel that, and then I'm sad. So I see that in you, and that's
Thank
a
you
remarkable thing to have. You know, so I appreciate that.
so much. So you talked about you do a podcast for wildlife.
Yes, yes.
So do you have it out there where people go watch it? You have
Yes,
like a
it's
YouTube, something like
yeah,
that?
Mojo Streaming or Mojo Streaming Wildlife. I have some of that on YouTube. But yeah, it's called Mojo Talks through Mojo Streaming. And it's just, I've learned so much about, again, how we treat animals and tied to the cartels and human and drug and gun trafficking and the abuse that we do towards animals, all for money. It's a $20 billion business just here in America on wildlife crime and corruption tied to our politics. I won't say a particular party or people, but people know. You know, so that's a huge passion of mine. So therefore, I'm creating a TV series based on those facts. And so we're in the getting ready to start filming, hopefully in March, the pitch trailer, and then in April we'll be taking it to the networks. So it's going to be a busy fall or winter and early spring. So we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
And you know, we bring this series and educate people on what's going on in America and abroad. You know, so we're all tied together on the wildlife crime. So and corruption. So that's I'm excited about it. You know, it's a lot of what you know, like what you're doing. You have a passion for entertaining, bringing the facts and the proof. You know, you do this to you know. Tell me, why do you do it? I mean, why? What's the post and doing social media
The
and stuff?
motive.
Yes.
Yeah, like you said, we uh, we have something in common, you know, which is passion and empathy,
Right.
you know. So I do it because individually I've traveled in many places. I've experienced hate for no reason. I've experienced being judged uh, upon false allegations. You know, it's something that when I learn something or when I go through a hard situation and I feel like it has hurt me, it's something I wouldn't wanna to happen to somebody else, especially if I'm in position to say no, I will say no, you know, because when I was facing such hard time in my life, I didn't have someone to say no on my behalf, you know, so I struggled through most of hate, most of uh, false allegations or discrimination by myself, you know, and I didn't have no one to say, hey, don't do that, or that's not right, you know. However, once in a while you could get people, you know, someone who could stand for you and say, hey, you know, they give you hope, you know,
Right.
which is a good thing. Everyone needs hope in life, you know. When once you're hopeless, then you lose purpose in life, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So with that experience, having empathy, and I feel like I see myself in that person being discriminated. I see my person, no matter what the color is, you know. Like I've said before, I've been in Africa. When I see somebody trying to mistreat the white people, like even Africans, like black people, they discriminate. Can't find them discriminating a white person because there are many black people. Then they're like, oh. So when I see that thing, it puts me like in a situation of like, what if it was me in a group of white people and they treat me that way? You know, I'm a person who catch up quickly with empathy. And I say, hey, no, you cannot do that.
Mm-hmm.
No matter the color, but that's still a human being. That's still somebody that has family. Their family wouldn't feel happy to see you treating their daughter, their brother, their sister this way, the same way. Your family wouldn't want you to be treated that way. So don't treat this person that way. I'm that kind of person who think before I react. I think like, what am I gonna
I
do?
need to work on that. I
Oh,
need to think before I react. My husband tries to work with me on that. So I'm getting better. I am getting better, but it is work.
yeah,
It is work to think before you speak or think before taking action. Because sometimes even for people like you and I that are very compassionate and filled with excitement, sometimes is we move too quick.
that is true.
We gotta gotta think of how we present ourselves or how we say. So it does take work.
I'm actually also like most of my time, like I love reading books. Like I said, I'm a historian. I love learning new stuff. But at some point, like I'm not a people person too because some people confuse my kindness for weakness.
Yes.
It's just because
You get walked over.
Yeah.
Yes, it happens to my husband and I all the time. Taken advantage of
taking
for your
advantage of-
kindness.
Yeah, and that makes me feel like I don't want to be around people because
Right.
I'm a person that would want to see everyone succeed. I would love to see like I don't like judging people. That's why sometimes I used to tell one of my friends like they watch like these talent shows. The talent shows like where people
Yes.
say
Yep.
where the judges see and say, oh, I think this one sang better than this one. I don't watch those shows because sometimes I feel like everyone who comes out, to participate in those shows, only coming out is a sign of winning. It's courage. It takes a lot. Like you're willing to succeed, no matter if you sing better or not. But your passion to come out and say, "Hey, I want to do this." That many people get afraid. They're like, "Oh, no, I
Right.
won't do that." But if somebody has come out, I feel like you have no right to say, "Oh, I think the other person sang better for me." This one, it breaks my heart because at that moment I feel like I want everyone to win.
Right.
So what I do,
Yeah.
I don't watch those shows.
But I do watch them. But the one thing is about people is if people will not speak up when they're saying something nice. I mean, it's rare. They will, but they really don't come out and make a comment if it's a nice comment. But they're very quick at coming out and judging people. Oh, you see how she looks, what that person's wearing, like on those shows. Or,
That is true.
why do we always have to say negative things? I mean, and when you're around that all the time, you can kind of fall into that. And I know when I was younger, I was always known to be the positive person, saw good in everything. And I attracted people because of that. And then when you live life experience and you're surrounded by negative people that speak, you can fall into that trap. And, even within myself, I've done that. And you need to learn, that speak up. Maybe if you don't like something and it's not hurting people, keep it to yourself. But if you have something good to say that. Find the good instead of the bad.
Yeah.
Find the positive instead of the negative. We all need to do a better job at that.
That is true. Like I'll tell you one of this story. Like recently, I went to look for the mayor. I wanted to have an interview with him, but I went at his office. He wasn't there. Uh, I've met him before. We have had like a conversation, but it was off recording. Yeah. So I wanted to have like a film interview,
Right.
to get his idea or thinking. And then I go there. He's got this secretary, the old lady in his office. I go there. I be like, is the mayor around? She's like, no, he's not when can I come back and see him? She's like, I'm not sure. Okay.
And you
I
know.
left. No, at first you don't pay attention to something.
Right.
It's normal to come looking for somebody. You didn't have, of course, an appointment.
Right.
Then it's okay. You can come and somebody's busy. You know. I came back the second time. Like, is the man around? She said no. But then I had some people speaking in the office. I'm like, who is there then? She's like, no, they're having a meeting. But she had told me he's not around. And I came a long time. I left. And I came back again another day, a different day. Then I tried to pay attention to her because I was now like, when I came back, I was like, the mayor's office was open. I said, but when she seen me like this, I could see her facial expression, changed. Then I knew like she must have been biased, of something.
Mhm.
But I didn't want to show her. I was like, hey, how are you? She's like, fine. I'm like, is the mayor around? She was like, no. And I was like, what's a good time that I can come back
Good job. Yeah, I was
to,
gonna say. I'm
to
hoping you asked for
yeah,
a time.
to see him
Mm-hmm.
where I can find? And then all of a sudden she was like, why do you want him? I said, it's personal. I just want to talk to him individually, you know. Uh, I said, what you want to tell him? And I said, okay, since you want to know, I'll let you know. This is what I want to talk to him about. Then she opened up. Like, I know we read your, whatever the newspaper posted there for our Tribune, the article.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, we know, we read your article. Oh, then, but I communicated with her nicely. Then she understood me in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Then I changed her mindset.
Okay.
Then we actually ended up having a conversation for about 20 minutes. But
the initial was
yeah, the root cause of her attitude before she heard from me, she was just biased. Like she just said, oh, she told me, my friends told me these Haitian people came and surrounded his woman. Maybe they're grabbing something in the aisle, something. So she was just biased, and she thought because I'm supporting. Actually, like, I'm not supporting Haitians to do crime, or I'm not supporting any criminal activity. But I'm trying to say, let human being be human. Let's respect human rights.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody's committing crime, it's different. That's the police case to handle.
Right.
All I'm saying, let's not do discrimination. Because people even don't tell whether I'm Haitian or not. Some people think I'm Haitian, but I'm not Haitian.
Mm-hmm. And you're from
Africa, Uganda.
Uganda.
Yeah. So, but when someone listens to my accent, looks at me, they may end up thinking, oh, maybe he's a Haitian. Then that gives me a reason to put myself in that position immediately. Be like, oh, if something was to happen to Haitians here right now, I would be taken to accountable until I explain myself, like, hey, I'm not Haitian, blah blah blah. You know. Well, so since I'm in position to say, hey, no, then that's when I say no. I feel good. Even if it works out, even if it doesn't work out, at least I feel good that I've spoken.
You've spoken. That's important.
I actually also have like with the experiences I've gone through in life, they cause me to have like anxiety,
Right. Yeah.
panic attack.
Yeah, I have those too. Yeah.
I'm actually been on medication for a while. So when something stresses me or I feel like I see something wrong happening and I ignore it, it keeps running in my head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even when I get home, I want to try to sleep.
And your mind's still going.
Like
Yes.
somebody was being treated bad, didn't say anything.
I think we're twins.
Yeah. So something like that. I was like, I didn't even come to do something about it.
Right.
I've actually been trying to apply for him, Matthew, and his son, like online to get jobs. We have put applications in Tyson. We put applications in Smithfield, and Indiana Packers, uh, and of course, nothing has happened. You know,
I would.
yeah, they're still waiting.
They're still wait. We should get them in.
Yeah, they're
Should
still
we?
waiting. Yeah, we're gonna get them in. They're still
Hi
waiting
there.
in they're still waiting for reply from the job people, but
Mhm.
they haven't had anything.
Mhm.
So, however, okay, we're gonna call our Haitian friends to join us here right now.
I get to make some friends.
Yeah, we have Matthew and Moise, so they're gonna be here to talk with us in a little bit. So, and you're gonna be excited soon, as soon as they join us. So,
His son. Okay.
My
Well,
son.
I'm going to drill him for a little bit. Is that all right?
Okay.
Okay. How old are you?
Quel âge vous? 21. Hard. 21.
You're 21?
Yes.
Oh, I had him younger. Look at
Yeah.
that. He's an
Yeah.
adult. So you've been here 4 months? 4 months?
No. 7 months.
Oh, 7 months.
Yes.
7 months.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, darn it, I had.
I have 4 months. He has 7 months.
Oh, so he came first.
Yes.
Did he come with his mom here?
No.
No?
80.
Okay.
80, yes.
80, okay.
Mm.
His mom's in Haiti, did
Yes,
you say?
yes,
Oh.
yes.
Are you going to try to?
Well, I come here and the program Biden program.
Okay, the Biden
Okay.
program, yes.
He come from to Mexico.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, so he worked in
Yes.
Mexico?
yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Jeez, I'm learning a lot here. Okay, so how do you like it here, both of you? And be honest. Do you feel welcomed, or because of the situation, do you feel uncomfortable?
Yes. My country has many problems now.
Right.
By problem politic.
The
You know,
political.
yes. Insecurity.
Oh.
No, we cannot live.
You're like me. Tuck my hand.
We cannot live in this country in the moment.
Mhm.
For that, we come here for I put can I say it? I put I speak English.
Hey, you're doing great. I'm proud of you. And when did you start learning English? Just
Yeah.
when you were here?
Yeah.
Oh my God, guys are intelligent.
1 month. Only 1 month.
That's impressive. I'm impressed.
Okay.
Now, what about this one? His English, not as
No,
good as yours?
he like Spanish.
Oh, Spanish.
Yes.
Okay, because he had to learn Spanish.
In English.
And, oh, goodness.
Me, I like English.
You like English?
Yes, I learn English now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to school. For that, I learn English.
Oh,
Yes.
that's exciting. So where are you learning now? Where do you go?
YouTube,
Are you doing-
YouTube, Jolingo.
Are you
Only
serious?
YouTube, Jolingo.
I am so impressed. I don't feel very smart.
Okay.
I could never go online and in a few months
Yes.
learn another language
Okay.
as quickly as you.
Okay.
So you better get on it. I'm learning English.
What do I
You got a teacher now.
Spanish.
Spanish.
Yes.
So I have to learn Spanish. I'm not very smart. I can't pick it up.
He say this month he go to school for learn English.
Okay.
This
Okay,
one.
so
Every Monday
mhm,
and Wednesday next week,
the next week.
yes, me and my son, we are going. We will go to school
Go to
for
school.
I learn English in the Avenue Miami school.
And what's
Avenue Miami.
okay?
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Yes.
exciting.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you do? What do you do with your life? What are you doing here? Work or what?
It's so fair. Nothing. Nothing.
You do nothing.
Nothing.
I'm going to have to put this boy to work. Does he at least help you around the house? Does he help? Does
Oui.
he help you?
Oui, yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. 'Cause,
It's not food. It's not. What? Comment is that once again? Like food stamp. Okay, food stamp. Food stamp help me.
food
Yeah,
stamp.
food stamp
Okay.
help me. Me and my son.
It's just the two of you
Yes,
here.
yes, yes.
Okay. Now, do you have other children? Or is it just him?
No. I have 3 children in Haiti.
Okay.
I have 4 children.
Now that just makes me
Four.
sad. I'm sad. I'm sad. I could not live without my family. So again, I'm learning.
Okay.
I'm learning from your strength.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm not going to complain as much.
Okay. Yes.
Because I know that I've met people that have it harder.
Okay.
So that makes me relook at my life, revisit my life.
Okay.
And I'm not going to complain
Okay.
about the dumb stuff.
Okay.
I'm going to learn from you to be strong.
Thank you. Where do you live here?
I live in the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
okay.
I'll have you over. We're all going to be friends.
Okay. Thank you.
So you're not have you not found a job? Correct.
No, I have no job. I have no job here.
Okay.
I applied for this job.
Okay.
They not call me.
And where do you feel like say I'm putting together a group of compassionate people. They do exist.
Okay.
There's some of us that want to help. We want to be your friend.
Okay.
We want to make you have a good life.
Okay, thank you.
And to see you have a good life,
thank you,
brings people in my little group joy.
Okay.
Makes us happy.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
So it's a pleasure to meet you. And this one, I think. And we can start with you guys.
Yeah.
And how we can help.
Okay.
So we have to put our thinking caps on.
Okay.
To try to figure out
Okay.
where we can help you. Whether you need as simple as some furniture.
Okay.
In your home.
Yes.
We'll be friends. We're friends now. You're stuck with me as your friend.
Yes.
And you're going to meet some other people.
Okay.
And together as a group, we can make things better.
Okay.
By working together.
Okay.
And by us helping you, you're helping us.
Thank you.
With joy.
Okay.
Okay? Is that a deal? They can reach out. Am I on right now? Oh, I'm so sorry. I would say what I would want to invite people to reach out to myself, Cami Sciotta, and join our little group of 11 of us, and it's called Diversity Bridge Builders of Logansport, with the mission to just educate people with the facts of what's going on, to try to stop the fear and the exaggerations and things that are being said that's false, and to encourage people to research themselves and also just give that eye contact, a smile, say hi when you're walking by someone that you don't know or is different from you, or that's new to the community, And I think that's important, and maybe get to know them and just invite them over for dinner or invite them out to dinner or to their church, and just building a relationship. And if you need help on how we can come together to make that happen, just look me up on Facebook and I can have you join our private group and we can work together on finding ways we can make a difference. Thank you.
Bye.